Good afternoon. Running a little bit late here. Just a bit rushed today in general. Just give me a second. We are indeed playing Mass Erect. Ha ha ha, Willies. Let's go. Let's go, shall we? Wah! Here we are. I don't know what I'm doing lighting today. It's too bright outside. I can't get the lighting right ever. And now I look very red for some reason. Well, it's fine. We're going to this view anyway because we have some con stuff to share before we start anything else. That's looking a bit better. I don't know why the webcam just always looks really bad when it's tiny. How are we doing? Hello to Hans. I just got home from work to find the best theme running. Yeah, so, myself, Lily here in chat, our friend Bryn, and Oda, who I entirely expect to not be in chat today because they only just got home at like 6 in the morning after not sleeping in the airport all night. We're all at London Comic Con, and it was a time, and I got a few little things to share since, you know, we're playing Mass Effect. Oh, hello, Oda is here. What do you know? I was entirely expecting you still to be asleep, to be honest. But yeah, first things first, since we're playing Mass Effect, I got Liara statue. It was the only one they were selling. There was no Tally. There was no one else. It was the only option. I make it sound like I'm disappointed to have her. Oh, I have to make do with Liara. Kinda, a little bit, to be honest. It's the blue bin. It is. What else? D&D dice, not nearly as much as Oda got. Fucking like 8 sets or something. Got a nice little board of things. Oh, hello, Cameron. Finally, after years of playing D&D, I actually got myself, like, a place to roll my dice, which aren't going to scatter around all over the table. And not really much else. To be honest, I didn't buy that much, because I was limited on carry space to begin with. Couple of wee keychainy things. Got myself a 2B and a femship from, of course, Mass Effect again. Got talking to the woman who I think must have designed the femship there, saying, "Oh, I've just started playing Mass Effect for the first time. I'm on the second game just now. I've just recruited Grunt." And Oda was there as well, and we were just both like, "Oh, Grunt! Baby! Give him his Capri Sun and Mackers." It was a good time. Good time. Exhausting. Glad to be home. Wrong screen. There we go. I thought that was Dino Crisis Girl, not Femship. Nope, the only Dino Crisis representation we saw was a Regina cosplayer that I did get a photo with, and I've put on the blue sky. As well as my own costume. I really didn't have anything prepared here, actually. I meant to, like, get them on screen so I could share. You know what, I'll go back to it. I might be able to show you directly from my phone here. Oda flaunting the Norwegian oil money at the con. God, don't get us started. It was expensive. Everything was expensive. London. We'll see. If you can see on my phone, I don't know how well that's gonna... Oh, that is not showing up well at all. That's far too bright. I gotta make it really dark on my end. Can you see this? Oh, kind of barely if I squint it. Anyway, you can get the idea. I'm wearing a Vault suit. I made myself a Fallout Vault 13 suit. Check my blue sky. There's actual pictures of them there. They're much better. Right, shall we get a going then? London isn't real. It can't hurt you. Unfortunately, it has hurt me already. Are you taking the piss? Okay, I hope that's just My controller timed out and not out of battery. Yeesh. Well, we're running now. Do not disconnect, please. So how are we all doing? Obviously, should yesterday have been... No, yesterday would have been D&D, which I'm now going to postpone to next Sunday, which means no Bioshock stream for a couple of weeks. We'll get back to that the Sunday after next, if that makes sense. Right, I don't actually know where I'm going. I'm just walking in a straight line. We have gotten ourselves a garage pass. Last week we arrived on this planet, Noveria, this sort of corporate libertarian paradise planet. We've been kind of navigating bureaucracy and trying to get ourselves a pass to leave the station and actually go out into the ongoing blizzard that has Peak 15 on lockdown. For some reason, Saren's ally Benezia has arrived on the planet, and she has gone to Peak 15 before the lockdown and is there, and we want to go have a word with her. I just want to talk to her. I just want to talk to her. Don't worry, Liara. I just want to talk to her. Your mother. I'm not gonna shoot her. I'm not gonna kill her right away. But we should be good now. Not going skin-tight spandex is a crime. You would never have made it as a TNG extra. I'm sorry.
I have authorization. Excuse me.
Yes, that's genuine. Drive safely. The weather's supposed to be pretty bad out in the Alutsk Valley.
You just made up that word. All the Mass Effect 1 haters, Mass Effect 1 has the best gunplay, and I will debate you on this. I don't want to debate you on this, because it's just not true. And I can't be arsed having this conversation. I'm too sleepy. Oh, hold on. We are now going to be fighting Geth for the first time in what feels like a bloody while. So we want to get ourselves kitted out for that. Tungsten rounds. They found me in a meteor. I need tungsten to live. Tungsten. Oh. Liara, get him! Jumpy bastards. Ow. Get him again! Anyone else? Oop. Ah!
What are these things? Fan out and secure the area. No one gets in or out.
I won't be able to stay long. Oh, hello, Charlie. Hi, Charlie. I don't know if I've ever seen you here before. I won't be able to stay long, but just wanted to pop in and say hello and hope you have a good stream. Well, thank you. Have you changed your name from something else, or? I don't know if I know who you are. Sorry.
What did you do here, Commander?
Only what I had to. I didn't ask the Geth to attack.
Geth, you expect me to... Where did they come from?
The Asari bitch came with a bunch of cargo. They were probably packed in those.
I don't believe that. We did thorough scans of those. There were no power sources,
Go
no
over
element
here,
zero
Liara.
masses. If Benezia-sama's containers were packed with these things,
What did you call her?
there are many more out there.
Weeb! Benezia-sama. Jeez. Been listening to the Mass Effect soundtracks because of these streams, and it's a shame the battle music isn't on there because this is a bop. Oh, you'll definitely find them on YouTube or something. I mean, I have them. I have them all. Somewhere. Steven's reaction to a new viewer. Who are you? Identify yourself! Yeah, I'm just not used to it.
We may be seeing a lot more of these things in the coming months.
We don't do that here.
For 3
Getting
centuries,
new
everyone has
viewers.
said the Geth
It's the
don't
same
have
people for the
veil.
last, like, 4
What is
years. That's how it
happening out
works.
there? I must report to the executive board. If word gets out about loose Geth, there may be an investor panic.
I am my usual gloomy ass self, but watched a great AEW pay-per-view, and now I'm watching a sweet ass Mass Effect stream. A sweet ass effect stream. A stream. Cool. The Ilos battle theme is probably... I love the Ilos music, actually. I really do. That is a favourite of mine. Vormir 2? Again, another reason why Vormir is the best part of the game. Righty. Don't know where we keep getting these Makos from. Good thing they just happened to be one here. This ain't even ours. This is the Naviria corporate authority, I suppose. The rare occurring of 3 live streamers, brackets 1 on hiatus, meeting each other in the real world. Yeah. It was like the ultimate crossover. Yeah, it was great fun. Good time was had by all. I'm pooped. Oh! There's peak 15. That's what we're working our way towards. I suppose quick check. How are we all doing loadout-wise? Liara, you are on pistols. Holy shit! Yeah, you can use that. That is substantially better than what you had. And you're going to be extra damage against synthetics. And just whatever after that point. Doesn't really matter. And Rex, my boy, you are on shotguns? I guess we'll go with that. Yeah, I think we'll stick with synthetics for most of this mission. Shit. It's not what I meant to do. What's going on? Quit it. But there is going to be a point where we're going to want to swap over to anti-organic runs. Oh, hello. I'll re-chat in a second. Instead of 3 Spider-Men, it was 3 random gamers? Is that all I am to you, Phil? A random gamer? I am well-known YouTuber, Red Scott Gamerman. I have the single most viewed Killzone video? I don't know. One of them is probably up there anyway. I may or may not have the single most viewed Killzone retrospective out there. And or Dino Crisis. And or Turok. I'm famous. Believe me. Please. I don't have a dead career. It's worth it. It has the best... Oh, we're talking about people. We're wrestling, aren't we? Wrestling. Be gone. Come here, come here, come here, come here. Oh, 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 you curse your cyber speed bumps. Oh, there's someone still here. Hey. Decryption too low. Oh yeah, we had this problem last week. We don't have anybody with us that could do essentially lockpicking. So we're going to be missing out on a lot of loot, but whatever. It's actually not that important. I feel like when you're playing the game on Insanity, you really need to squeeze every credit and every... basically every bit of XP you can to get max level before you finish the game. Because I think by being max level at the end of Mass Effect 1, you get a head start in the second game. You get extra skill points to depending on what your level was of the file that you're transferring over between games. And Mass Effect 2 is the one that's really tough, so you do want to have as much of an advantage there as you can. Blech. Fun fact, the Makos at the park are free. You can take them. I got 300 Makos at home. The government can't stop you. True. I'm unfortunately sure there is some Killzone clickbait video that has you beat, but you got the most entertaining Turok retrospective out there. Damn straight. Oh, the grip bit. Oh yeah, yeah. I actually do know that. The Gaming Brit Show has more views, but he's an asshole. So does. Are you just saying that to make me feel better, or is there actually some drama out there I'm unaware of? I've never actually watched the video, to be clear here. I make overly long videos about games that I like. I don't watch them. Not if they're about the same game I talk about, because then I get really competitive and jealous. So. What? Oh, that was intentional. I dodged that. Totally what I was trying to do. Again, I don't know when the Geth had time to plant all these really ineffective turrets. These fucking Goomba tier, barely an inconvenience turrets. No targeting systems whatsoever. Right, here we are. Oh. Here we go. Now. Sniper check. Okay, what's got the most damage? It just doesn't matter if it overheats in 2 shots. Let's do, if we have any more tungsten. More damage, negative heat. Yeah, sure. Fuck it. At this point, I kind of like to make my my sniper rifle like an anti-material rifle. So 1 shot that is really, really devastating, and if it overheats after 1 shot, it's fine. Who we got? You want to move in, Rex? Can't see shit here. Ah, there they are. Big guy. They are up. Draw them out if you can. Whoop. And you know what? Saying that, I'm not even getting close to overheating this sniper. I could shoot this all day. Look at this. What? You see that fucking crate? Jeez. Are you alright, buddy? This thing. Bleh, he says. The gaming. No, I watched one of his vids years ago and didn't like the cut of his jib. Very gatekeepy. Fair enough. I can understand that. Sometimes a person doesn't need to have, like, done anything to kind of just put you off. They can just be, like... Can't quite put your finger on maybe something why... sometimes why you don't quite like that person. A disembodied voice on the internet, you know? Like we all are.
User alert. All Peak 15 facilities have suffered a great deal of damage. Biohazard materials present throughout facility. Virtual intelligence user interface offline.
I hope you don't get sick of this voice,
We will need to get the reactors
because we're going to be hearing it a lot. I've recently gotten into overly long Resident Evil retrospectives. Good shit. Any particular YouTubers you've been watching? I like probably the best known one, so it's not like that niche or anything. Sphere Hunter. Sphere Hunter.
Why are the turrets facing the wrong way?
They want to keep their people in as much as they want to keep others out.
I wouldn't say they're overly long, though. A lowly 40 minutes or so. Oh, I got turned around there from reading chat. Or Stephen, who has committed heinous crimes beyond count, but we forgive him because he is ginger and his soul can't go to hell.
Hostile contact.
Such a current day joke, innit? Gingers don't have souls. Ha 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 ha. Sorry, I sound salty, don't I? I'm not, I'm just... South Park. Ancient ass shit. Easy peasy. Hello there. How you doing, Godzilla?
What was that?
Probably debris. Don't have a panic attack. I'll protect you.
What the hell is that? Oh, it's horrible! It's an horrible bug! Right, I think my shotgun's still equipped with the right gear. Yep, yep. Oh, what the hell did I just do there? I didn't accidentally. Yep. Shredder rounds. Kill the bugs! Come on, guys, what are you? Hell, these things are tanky.
What were those?
Damned if I know, but someone on this mountain does.
You sure you don't know? You sure you don't know, Rex? I think if anyone would know, you would, but alright. Do I have a better shotgun? No, I give my good shotguns to Rex. That's the problem.
All clear.
Actually, you know what? It's also I've got barely any skill points in my shotgun tree, so maybe we can fix that. So we've maxed out. Yeah, we've maxed out assault rifles already. What really should we focus on next? I guess we will shotguns, actually. I don't use them that often, but whenever I'm pulling out shotgun, it's usually for a good reason. Close quarters, desperate situation. So you want to have something that you know is actually going to do the job. I like Civ 11, Mandalore Gaming. I don't actually know if I've watched a Mandalore Gaming, but I hear him getting brought up a lot. I don't remember. Noah Caldwell Gervais. I've seen some of his stuff recently, actually. I do like Sphere Hunter, but not watched her in ages. Don't know why. I don't know. I see a lot of their videos getting uploaded, but I don't necessarily watch all of them unless it's something I'm... It's really just the Resident Evil, Silent Hill, Dino Crisis when they did them. But if it's like Street Fighter or, you know, other stuff like that, anything else Capcom which isn't their horror shit, I'm
Hostile
not really
contact.
that interested. But I do like them.
Shepard, that is a backup power system for the station
You know what?
mainframe.
So
Where's my
whack it.
light?
Turn this thing on.
Fine. It's fine. Oh, puzzle time! Yay! We love puddles. Puzzles on stream. Not yet. It's other things first. Go the fuck away, you weird Chinese pop-ups. What has my wife done to this laptop?
Critical startup error. Virtual intelligence user interface offline. Manual boot required.
I'm doing okay. Out of all the days, this has been one of them. It's barely been a day for me. I feel like I woke up, nothing happened. I was going to have a call with Sam. Got called away to do flat stuff somewhere else. Came home, and then it was time for stream. What do you know? You don't get it, Stephen. It's a post-ironic kind of humor. It's so stale, it's no longer funny, but then it became funny again, but then not. And now it's kind of funny, how even, ironically, it's no longer fun. Sure. When it's gone through so many cycles of irony, it just kind of ceases to exist. It's like when you put a graphic t-shirt through the wash too much and it just becomes that horrible, crusty effect. Barely intelligible anymore. Attempt a manual react. Do you think I am somebody who can't do puzzles on stream? Easy peasy. I'll do this in no time. No time at all. So you're just moving everything from one side to another. Didn't even have to stop and think. Easy, easy. Right.
It looks like you're trying to restore this facility. Would you like help?
Crap,
How
pop
do
up.
I shut this thing up?
This system is monitored.
Fuck this puzzle. It's easy.
May I ask your name?
When you've played the game 14 times.
Commander Shepard, Systems Alliance Navy.
One moment, please. Service record confirmed. Due to the current emergency, you are entitled to secure access of all systems. Please note that queries relating to corporate secrets require privileged access. Privileged access is only available to Binary Helix executives. This system is ready to process queries. You may access me at any holographic interface within Peak 15.
Yeah, shouldn't Rex be pointing at these things and freaking out? Always found it weird that Rex doesn't have more to talk about in this mission. Yeah, I know. I mean, by the end of it, there'll be more dialogue, but it's I think it's a bit of a Mass Effect 1 thing. Companion dialogue mid-mission has always been quite limited, outside of like key scenes.
I need to find Matriarch Benezia.
Lady Benezia departed on the passenger tramway to the Rift Station subsidiary labs. User alert. The tramway system is currently...
Yes, I know.
What's the
User
situation
alert.
here?
One moment.
It's
Report.
That's all I need.
Very well, Commander. Logging you out. User alert. Reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required.
Sorry, I'm expecting at some point
User alert.
bugs
Landline
to come
connections
crawling
are
out the vents.
disabled. Passenger trams are offline.
Wait, am I going the right way? Shit. That doesn't matter.
Now entering
Doesn't matter.
main reactor. User alert. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart.
Send in our best alien monsters. Watch them harmlessly float through the corridor. for some lead pinata action. They're dumb bugs. They ain't really planning,
User
are they?
alert. Main
It's
reactor
actually a lore
shutdown
point,
in
like a plot
accordance
point.
with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required.
That these bug aliens should be more intelligent than they actually are. But due to the nature of their birth, which we'll get into later, whoop, they're kind of just suicide rushing us. Got a little bit hairy. Come on, shoot. This is what I mean. This keeps happening in this game specifically. Sometimes you just aren't allowed to shoot for a few seconds. Liara, get him.
User alert. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required.
Do you see what I mean now about the voice getting a bit annoying?
Landline connections are disabled.
Shut the fuck up. User alert! Shut it! Hey, level up. Trams! No, not more public transport, no. Mandalore Gaming is quality game reviews with decent humor. You should give it a try. Yeah. Sure.
User alert. Landline connections are disabled. Passenger trams are offline.
Yeah, a lot of my favorite Mandalore videos, got a lot of favorite Mandalore videos, but the best is probably his Homeworld retrospectives. Don't really know anything about them, but maybe that's why you watch a retrospective. To get the overview. Alright, I think that is going to be the last Geth we actually fight for the rest of this mission, so I can safely swap back to plus 40% damage against squishy organic targets. Same with you. Or I might give you something else. Fire rounds? Toxic rounds? Sure. You could be toxic. And Rex can be woke. Cool. God, I'm suddenly very thirsty. Mandalore's best stuff is his adventure game reviews. They are infinitely entertaining. I still see Mandalore Gaming's drunken moment of silence playthrough is peak stream.
Landline connections are disabled. Passenger trams are offline.
Streaming. Naviria is honestly kind of a mid-mission. Benezia's voice acting and scenes are stilted because of Mass Effect 1 Jack. No. Her voice acting isn't stilted just because it's Mass Effect 1. It's because it's Deanna Troy. Whatever the actress's name is. That's just how she is. But yeah, no, I think I like this one a bit more than Feros, personally. Blah.
User alert. Landline connections are disabled. Passenger trams are offline.
Yeah, it's yeah, there we go. This way to fix the landline or whatever. Gotta fix the landline. I'm here for Sky.
Now
I'm here with BT.
User alert. Landline connections are disabled.
Marina Sirtis. Yeah.
Trams are offline.
Marina Citrus. Sorry I'm late. What did I miss? Just a lot of combat. We have made our way to this facility that was locked down due to the storm, and we found that it's full of bugs. Alien bugs.
User alert. Landline connections are disabled.
Horrible bugs.
Trams are offline.
And all the people are gone. Okay, I love how like the little baby bugs are just flying through the air. Like little grenades, little floating landmines. Landlines repaired. And we're done. Nice and quick. Why are you killing the Rachni? They deserve it. So I guess since it's been said there, yep, the alien bugs that we're fighting are Rachni. The very same Rachni that the Krogan fought a war against. Like 500 years ago or something. Drove them to extinction. What are they doing here? You know what? I really need a fucking drink. I don't know why. Some suddenly talking for more than like 5 minutes has made my mouth entirely sand. BRB. What the actual fuck? Okay. What are we doing? I'm beginning to suspect that the fuel lines aren't working. What gave it away? Hello. To the trams. We gotta get to the tube. We gotta make our way to King's Cross. To Piccadilly Circus.
Now entering decontamination and transit hub.
The whole Bonezia, sorry, Bonezia, like some kind of pizza death scene is stunted because of the penis music that plays. We'll get there. Sam sighted. We got bugs in the tube!
The door could be...
Enemy sighted.
The door could be what?
Now is not the time.
Why not?
Control group loosen the... They're in... Can't escape. The tunnels now. We're sorry. The leads couldn't get to the struck. Get out while you can.
Oh, fucking hate this. Well, fuck that. I hate this puzzle.
She killed herself because she was part of whatever happened.
Sorry, Liara. That was very funny. What were you saying? No, she's gonna be like that for a while. Okay. I will get to your question, HD. I did see it. I just wanted to dedicate a bit of time to it. Not in between gunfire.
Clear.
There we go. She contorted herself back up. Would you say the Rachni are something of a dropped ball in the trilogy? It doesn't really bother me, but it doesn't really bother me, but it doesn't matter what choice you make. They are an enemy in Mass Effect 3. Yes! This is absolutely a... I feel like it's another example of BioWare's, you know, your choices matter. The consequences of your actions in one game will have, you know, drastic divergences down the line, but never quite being able to, not even close, to match up to that. Now, this is a weird one, because I don't think it... I feel like it's not that unreasonable to say, if you save the Rachni in Mass Effect 1, you gain a valuable ally, potentially, in Mass Effect 3, but also Reapers get them, and there's a whole new enemy type you have to deal with. But because they have the Ravagers, are the Rachni Reaper form in Mass Effect 3, because they are an enemy type that exist, rather than like do something drastic like just not have them or replace them with something else, or like essentially design 2 different versions of every combat encounter that would involve them, they just say, actually, even if you kill the Rachni at the end during Mass Effect 1, there was another one. Or, you know, they cloned another one, or whatever. Fuck it, we're probably going to do that this playthrough, actually, and we'll see what happens. Because, you know, we're doing things differently this time around. So yeah, to answer your question, a dropped ball, absolutely. They didn't really do enough with them, and what they did was, they basically like a lot of things, they write around the assumption that most players are going to have played the game one way, and they kind of just barely even try to make an excuse for what happens if the player does kill them, or, you know, does spare the Reaper, what's it called? The Proto-Reaper at the end of Mass Effect 2. Yeah, what happens if the player actually agrees with everything Cerberus believes in, sides with the Elusive Man at every step of the way in the second game, and even agrees to hand over the Proto-Reaper intact? Well, we don't want to make that much of a different version of Mass Effect 3, so we're just going to say, nuh-uh, you're still enemies with Cerberus. You know what I mean? It's kind of a problem. I don't know. It just requires, like, all this extra development time that they obviously weren't really willing to do after a certain point. Which is why you end up with situations like Dragon Age Veilguard, where they just did away with the world state system, in which all of your actions and Origins transfer over to 2, transfer over to Inquisition. It gets to the point where it's like, there's too many variables, fuck it, clean slate. Which sucks, but anyhow.
Sorry, we couldn't be sure what was on the tram.
Can those things work a train's controls?
Hell if I know. I'm not assuming any goddamn thing. Look, you're human and that's enough that I won't shoot, but I'd like to know who you are.
Commander Shepard, Systems Alliance Navy. My crew came up from Hanshan.
Didn't figure you space jockeys liked getting mud on your boots. The aliens overran the hot labs last week. Only Han Olar got out, and he ain't all
Han
there.
Olar.
The first we knew, the bastards were clawing into my command post. We had a lot more staff then.
I'm packing fire and steel. They want to fight with claws and teeth? It's their funeral.
You got my support. The board sent an Asari to clean up the mess. She went to the hot labs yesterday.
You gonna kill the queen? Yeah, why not?
I'm not gonna let any of your people die.
All I can do is hold out here and protect the
That's
civilians.
unlikely.
There's an emergency elevator out by the trams. This card will let you activate it. Can take you down to the hot labs.
Oh, and if you need any first aid, Dr. Cohen's downstairs in the med bay.
What can you tell me about the aliens?
What can you tell me about
Oh my
the
god.
aliens?
I was joking!
He's the only one who made it out of the hot labs. He's the only Volus left in here.
You're certain the matriarch is still in the hot labs?
She hasn't come back here. You came through Central Station, so she ain't there.
I've got work to do.
Yeah, I hear
What is she
that.
doing in the hot lab? Is that where all the hot comes from?
Hell! Man the perimeter!
Is that where they make all the hot?
Go, go, go!
Hey Rex, how did you escape the hot labs? No, don't kill the queen. Look, I can't commit myself to doing an evil playthrough, but then balk at every evil option in the game. You know what I mean? Eventually, I'm just going to be doing the exact same playthrough we did like 3 years ago, but ruder. And with a dude. I'm killing her. We're burning them.
We're all in the same boat.
I don't know why they keep throwing themselves against our defenses. Even animals should learn not to stick their noses where it hurts.
Do not fall for the sin of empathy. Kill the bug. Kill the bug. It's bad enough you're about to kill your love interest's mother. Ah, she won't be my love interest for long. Squash the bug. I'm doing my part. Oh, hello. Bunch of survivors. How are you all doing? How are you doing? Petosi.
Uncertain. I welcome you. Cautiously, I am curious to know what you're doing here.
It seems I've been caught up in events.
Sympathetically. Everyone here could say the same. For now, with forced cheer, I still have a limited supply of equipment to sell.
This doesn't seem like the time.
With nervous... Grimly,
He's a merchant.
I will hope it is so.
Now, hold on. We can bypass most of the actual busy work of this level and just run through the restricted area. It will result in us having to kill all these people. But it is an option. It is an option. A lot of the choices do matter. The problem is a lot of the impact of some of those choices were off-screen, like the Rachni. Yeah, the amount of times there'll be some like choice that you don't even really, not even a big choice, not like one of the big sort of pivotal end of Act 2, whatever, this, that. But just even little things like you agreed to spare this NPC's life, or you let them go, or something. And there is a consequence to this, but it's an email. And nothing more. You hear a news broadcast about some NPC that you let live ended up being evil after all, and they killed a bunch of people, you know, this sort of thing. So it's like there are consequences, but usually they're just kind of meh.
What?
You seem less upset at this situation than the others.
That is one of the virtues of the meditation you interrupted.
Do you know Matriarch Benezia?
Why ask me and not your friend?
Because I do not know anything about the matriarch.
Then why would I?
That's all for now.
Snippy.
Then I will return to my meditations.
Right, there's a few little side quests we can do here rather than just kill them all. So we will. I was never bothered by the choices matter thing. When I did a second playthrough of the first game, I saw it as an illusion and just accepted the limitation. But then again, if Mass Effect 3 wasn't rushed... Mass Effect 3 could have been a lot less disappointing if... I don't actually know. Was it rushed? Was the game actually rushed, or was it just poor direction, or was it EA meddling, or I don't know what exactly happened. You'd think they would have basically been given, like, the budget to do whatever they needed to really fulfill the vision, but it kind of just, it felt like a very watered down version of what it could have been.
You came to find out about them, didn't you?
Are you trying to be cryptic, or are you just nuts?
I wish I were crazy. It would be easier.
Tell me about the aliens.
I need to know more about those things out there.
About the Rachni?
There we go.
Rachni? That's preposterous.
The Krogan wiped them out 1,000 years ago.
They found it in a derelict ship. An egg. Waiting since the last battles. They brought it here.
Shut up! God, you want to get us killed?
I don't have any control over who lives or dies here. Do you?
If you're gonna be crazy, be the quiet kind.
Crazy? I'm sane. God, am I sane?
I need to know everything about the Rachni.
I told you all I can. We brought the Rachni back from the dead. In retrospect, a bad decision.
Could Matriarch Benezia survive in the hot labs?
It's possible. The specimens were sensitive to biotics.
I'll be leaving now.
Yeah.
Oh. Depressed little mole man. Right, I do always get a little bit confused about how to proceed here. Like, when I try to do it in the way that doesn't get everyone killed.
You're not part of the crew. My name's Shepard. Look,
I often kind of like forget, right, who do you need to speak to first? Whose key cards do you need to get into this door first to then get a key card to get through that door second? You know, it's a whole thing. But we're not just gonna rush and get everyone killed. As funny as that would be. That's pretty plausible, right? A lot of insects lay eggs which can just chill for a while before hatching. Wasn't there a story? I never bothered to actually look this up, so it might have been total bollocks. But there was some story about like some ancient worms in Siberia which got defrosted and then continued pretty much as soon as they got defrosted, just continued on living. Continued on moving and eating and whatnot. I don't know how old they were exactly, but yeah, eggs? Sure, I guess. Space eggs, what does it matter? It's very Alien, the movie, kind of inspired this as well. Like the derelict ship with all the eggs. So where are we fucking going?
Something you need?
I need to know more about the
The
situation.
facility's off the network. The only way to find out would be to send scouts down the elevator, and I won't send my people to their death.
I want to go.
Did the aliens come from inside the facility, or did they
You
attack
want my
from-
personal opinion? Labs like that exist to do stupid crap that gets people killed.
I want to go into the labs, please.
Tell me about the structure
It's
of
built
the
into one of the glaciers further down the mountain. Real old, thick, stable one. Something goes wrong, they heat it up and sink it into the ice. Normally, the crew gets to the labs using a tram from Central Station. We've got an elevator that connects directly, but...
This guy is
for
very
emergency
Captain
use
Rex at a glance. It's the armor, right?
Listen, I'm not sending my people down there. It's too dangerous.
He kind of looks like he looks like a clone trooper in the sort of like one of the background shots in Revenge of the Sith. You know, like one that they didn't bother to really do too much of the CGI work on.
I've got work to do.
You and me both.
Keep going around, keep asking around. I mean, you'd think after like the amount of times I've played this game, I would know right away what I'm meant to do. But it's just one of those kind of like little tangled webs of nonsense that it always throws me off. And then I end up walking through the wrong door and I trigger everyone's aggro. In fact, entire insect species on Earth go extinct every year, only for eggs laid underground to hatch in the spring. Bugs are weird. That's why we should just kill them all.
What do you want?
I've had a long day. Don't piss me off.
Yes, I'm sorry. I haven't had much sleep lately.
What happened to these people?
They're suffering from a toxin. There was an accident. I have a non-disclosure agreement.
Deadly toxins.
Shouldn't discuss it with anyone outside of the company.
Suit yourself.
I'm just trying to avoid an incident.
Oh, come on.
What happened to these people?
I have a non-disclosure
actually
agreement.
do the
Shouldn't
quest.
discuss it
But you're
with
going to, because I might be able to help.
I'd like to think that the company finds our lives more valuable than their secrets. You know Mira, the VI for Peak 15? She handles the safety.
I've had a long day. Don't piss on me. Stop live YouTube pipping him.
You should consider doing safer experiments.
All progress requires... Look, is this really the time for an ethics debate? We lost the connection to Mira in the middle of an experiment and the quarantine failed. These three were exposed to a toxin, something we were working on.
I need full cooperation if I'm going to help. Do you want these people to live? If not, I'll walk out of here.
No, wait. It's a bioweapon. Based on an exotic life form discovered on the frontier. They wanted something that could kill the creature. But there was no profit in something that kills one species on the frontier. We kept working on it and adapted it to affect more species. Thoros B
wonderful.
is highly infectious, but can't pass from one person to another, like a biowar attack without a pandemic spread.
Do you imagine that distinction makes this ethical?
Militaries, governments, they'll get this kind of weapon one way or another, and we're trying to limit the damage. I know you can't see that.
You made this but can't cure it. Don't you people take notes?
Our first priority was getting it working. We were close to synthesizing an antidote when Mira went down. Our notes and equipment are locked in the quarantine labs. Captain Ventralis doesn't want to risk more contamination.
I'll talk to him. Maybe I can convince him to let me try.
I can't ask you to do this officially, but if you...
Talk to you
I
later.
hope you can do something.
Okie dokie. I love this trope. Guy who thinks corporate structures and contracts matter in an apocalyptic / dire emergency situation. But the rules, the procedures! Yeah. Always that guy. I'd like to think the company finds our lives more valuable than their secrets. That's how you can tell this is fiction. I mean, they're clearly an evil company. Bioweapons, genetically engineering extinct hostile species. This is what we call stupid evil.
I told you to leave.
Don't I have permission? Is this not the lab? Ah, fucking cunt bastards.
What?
I'll be leaving now.
Yeah.
Gotta keep the mood light. I mean, I used to have nightmares like this. Too many cheap horror vids before it lights out.
Am I back to the captain, maybe, for permission? Then I come down here? Who's your favorite genetically engineered bioweapon? Me. I've been genetically engineered to be the most middling streamer on YouTube. I think it's to talk to that Asari woman and then the captain. Well, I did talk to the Asari woman. I didn't exhaust all of her dialogue, but I don't think you have to. In fact, I don't even think you have to talk to her. I just wanted to say hi to prove that she was a cunt.
Something you need?
I've heard about the problems in the quarantine lab. I'd like to recover the toxin cure.
God, I wish we could help those guys. I really do, but
We can't risk contamination now.
We're not part of your defense plans. We're consuming extra rations, extra Medigel.
yeah, but you also have extra guns. All right, you want to gamble with your life, you're not under my command. I'll have the guard let you in, but he'll run a full scan before I'll let you out. If there are any anomalies, you
Great.
stay in.
We'll be stuck unless he decides we're healthy.
I'll radio ahead to let the guard know.
I've got work to do.
You and me both.
Had to ask for permission first. My favorite genetically engineered bioweapon is Grunt. I mean, yeah, sure, but like that's not the funny answer. But it is the objectively true one. These streams exist to procrastinate our video production. True. To be honest, the only reason I'm actually like streaming tonight at all is because it's Mass Effect, and I don't really get tired playing Mass Effect. So if this was a BioShock stream or like an anything else stream, I would have given it a miss. It's like I'm just back from Comic-Con. I barely got sleep. You know, it's been a shiter of a day to begin with.
What do you want?
I have Ventralis's permission to go in there.
Yeah, he radioed. You got a death wish? You should stand watches on the barricade.
Let me in. Any loot? No. Any loot? Yes. Sorry, like, I just realized that Liara has been suffering from poison this entire time. Just slowly losing health. Right, let's read the notes. We've isolated 4 chemicals that can be combined to counteract the toxin. They must be mixed in precise quantities. As each chemical is poured, the equipment will mark the minimum and maximum amount that will work. Too little or too much will spoil the result. Liara, you're the scientist. Can you do this? Oh. Okay. Easy enough.
Your mission ends here, Shepard.
We'll see about that, bitch.
What happened to Ventralis's man?
I didn't have permission to come in. He got in my way. I was ordered to eliminate you should the opportunity arise. And here you are, trapped in this lab. Weapons free!
Why am I facing the wrong... Thanks, game. Blech. You dead? You're dead. Well, that was a shite ambush. Do better. Rex. Shepard. Did you hear BioShock might be getting a remake? No.
They came out of there.
But sure. That tends to be what happens as soon as I play a fucking game on stream. Hey, remake announced. Okay, fine.
That door's locked. How can I get in?
A team lead would have access. Like Dr. Cohen. He's in the medical bay.
I'll be leaving now.
Okay. So this is one of the ways you can do it then. Because the Geth came from through there. Apparently these dudes just watched.
I used to have nightmares. Gotta keep the mood light. I mean, if you don't laugh, you'll... Yeah.
We should be able to get that key card, and then we can carry on our way. Keep playing Dino Crisis on stream. I'm overdue for another Dino Crisis stream, right? I never did play the play any of the re-releases that came out a few months back. I mean, I played them myself off stream. I managed to do, I think, a personal best playthrough of the first game. 3 hours and 50 minutes. Not too bad. I want to keep working on it until I can start to finish Dino Crisis 1 in a single stream.
Is that the cure?
A single 2.5 hour.
You did it?
I was ambushed in the lab you sent me to. If you set me up...
You were attacked? I don't know anything about that. I hate conflict. I've never even fired anyone. I have my receptionist do it. Look, the guards, they've been more on edge since you got here. I think they were expecting you. And there are more labs in the back. The guards won't even let me back there. Just people with clearance.
What about the maintenance area? Do you have access to that?
The maintenance area? Yes. Take my pass. But there's just snow back there. Let me see that file. An extension on Phelps' work? I thought he was on the right track. I can't thank you enough that... Oh, God, what a cliche. You saved their lives, do you know that?
I want more.
And I almost lost mine. Thanks is all I get? We need to be at peak to fight those aliens. Give us some Medigel.
Of course. Here. You didn't get these from me. Ventralis wanted them saved for his people. I need to administer this. Thanks again.
Paragon plus 24. Okay, fair enough. I mean, I was being a bellend the whole time, but I got some good boy points. I've been waiting for the KOTOR remake before I streamed it. Gave up waiting. I get that. Right, so we can... Okay, the one thing I'm kind of confused about is how do I get to the room with the Russian guy? You know what I mean? The Russian guy and all the bugs you have to fight. And there's a timer, and I don't fucking know how to do it. I've never not done it, which is why I'm so confused. It's like something which usually just happens somewhere along the lines, but I've managed to just, like, bypass it entirely by accident. Okay. It's fine. Video game bioweapon lab log 1. We engineered a tiger with cobra venom, elephantine size, and hyper-aggression. Coulson keeps poking it with a stick. I hope it doesn't escape. Log 2. It escaped. Every Umbrella scientist. That's done after the Benezia fight. I mean, I think it can be, but usually no. I guess it's just one of those things you can do anytime, but... Because this is it. This is effectively the end of the level, and I've managed to bypass it entirely. Where's Liara? Ah, whatever.
You do not know the privilege of being a mother. There is power in creation. To shape a life, turn it toward happiness or despair. Her children were to be ours, raised to hunt and slay Saren's enemies. I won't be moved by sympathy, no matter who you bring into this confrontation.
Liara's here because she wants to be, not because I asked her to.
Indeed. What have you told him about me, Liara?
What could I say, Mother? That you're insane? Evil? Should I explain how to kill you? What could I say?
Have you faced an Asari commando unit before? Few humans have.
You won't look so smug with a hole in your head.
Your insolence is a poor mask for your fear.
You know what? If you say you can do it after the fight, I might do that, because what usually happens, I think, is you go to the lab with the Russian guy, you do what you need to do there, you blow up all the nests, the eggs, or whatever, and then when you come back up the elevator, you bump back into the Captain Rex dude, and he's like, "Sorry, Shepard, orders from Benezia," and then they attack you, and then you're kind of forced to kill all the guards. But if she's already dead, then I might be able to do that without risking confrontation. Not that I'm conflict averse or anything. I am Commander Shepard. I am this Commander Shepard. Blech. Oh, there's the penis music that Phil mentioned. You all dead? Penisy. I imagine Benezia being played by Jamie Lee Curtis in live action. I guess. I can. You mean not Marina Sirtis? You don't want to bring her back? I am not meaning to be... I don't know why it's doing this. I am just holding L2 to aim, and I just keep going bloop, 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 bloop. Get him! Where is Rex? I haven't seen him. Hey, what are you doing? Get out of there! Hiding in your bubble, coward.
This
Oh
is
no, Jack Black.
Saren is unstoppable. My mind is filled with his light. Everything is clear.
This scene is the worst it gets in terms of Mass Effect's narrative and animation jank. If there was any scene I'd have liked redone with Mass Effect 3 quality, it would have been the mother-daughter confrontation. This, yeah, I said this years ago. Back when I streamed it the first time, I was saying how much I hated this whole... I'm sorry, Marina Sirtis, like... I'm not really. I hate you. No, just... You're not great. Like it's like, yay, let's bring in a Star Trek actor because, you know, we're kind of doing a bit of a homage to a lot of like old sci-fi and everything else, but like they could have got like literally anyone better.
I expected better from Asari Commandos.
And of course the writing. It's not like it's all her, but
I will not betray him.
It's just a bit clunky.
You will.
And the boss fight itself was like not a real boss fight.
You must listen. Saren still whispers in my mind. I can fight his composure.
Kal-El, no.
But the indoctrination is strong.
Why are you able to break free of his control now?
I sealed a part of my mind away from the indoctrination, saving it for a moment when I could help destroy him. It will not last long.
You chose to join with Saren. You just got more than you bargained for.
It is a terror to be trapped in your mind, to beat upon the glass as your hands torture and murder. I was powerless, nothing but a tool for Saren. He sent me here to find the location of the Mu relay. Its position was lost thousands of years ago.
How does something that big go missing?
4,000 years ago, a star nearby went supernova. The shockwave propelled the relay out of its system, but did not damage it. Its precise vector and speed are impossible to determine. As millennia passed, the nebula created by the nova enveloped the relay. It is difficult to find any cold object in interstellar space, particularly
Camera guy. Number 2. You want to fix your... Whatever.
Tell me where the Mu gate is before I lose my temper.
Of course, Commander. I transcribed the data to an OSD. Take it, please.
I take Marina Sirtis.
Knowing the relay's
Marina
coordinates
Citrus
is
Fruit
not
over
enough.
Gal Gadot any day.
Do you know where he planned to go from
Sure.
there?
Saren wouldn't tell me his
I just want to hear her like actual voice.
But you must find out quickly.
Like her normal non-Deanna Troy
the
accent.
coordinates to him before you arrived. You have to
Hi out,
stop
Commander
me.
Shepard.
I can't.
What is it? It's like it's
Fingers up
just
my
some
ear.
generic
Fingers
chicken English.
on my
It's
spine. You should. You should.
Mother!
Cockney Troy.
Don't leave! Fight him!
You've always...
Commander Shepard, you can't get out my pub. EastEnders Benezia.
Die.
Wow, I might actually fucking die. Jesus Christ. That is... I've said before about how powerful biotics are. And that does work both ways. Unfortunately. Fucking hell, what is going on? This is the longest time this fight has ever lasted for me. It's usually over instantly. I've just got shoved on my arse right when it started and I've not really been able to recover. There we go. Frame rate?
I cannot go on. You will
Stream
have
okay?
to stop him, Shepard.
Yeah. Stream's fine. Sorry, was there a problem? Was there a stutter? Okay, thank you.
First you turn on the Council, now on Saren. You're not loyal to anything, are you?
I suppose that is how history will know me.
Mother!
Good night, little wing. I will see you again with the dawn. No light. They always.
And then yeah, there was a moment there of like some dramatic music, and then it went back to as Liara's mother dies. Yeah. That's what Phil was saying earlier. I think like the little bit of like sad piano music was added in the remaster. I don't know. I never remember that, to be honest. If she wasn't fucking dead, I'd have liked to see Lexana Troy in this Benezia role. That'd have been fun. I would have liked more Star Trek actors. The other day, when Shepard was calling home to his mum, to Hannah Shepard, I know it wasn't her. I know it wasn't, but a part of me in the back of my mind, I was like, it would be really fucking cool if this was who for a second I thought it was, as blah, 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 blah. Voyager captain. I've forgotten her name suddenly. What's her fucking name?
This one serves as our
Janeway.
Voice. We
There we go. Thank you.
Sing. Not
I just thought that would have been a cool little thing. Because they've got, not Star Trek, but it's also sci-fi. Admiral Hackett. Being voiced by, Guy. I'm so bad with remembering names. Lance Henriksen.
Who am I speaking to here?
We are the mother. We sing for those left behind.
Bloody hell, Marina. Have some coffee, for fuck's sake.
Silenced. We are Rachni.
How are you speaking through her?
Our kind sing through touchings of thought. We pluck the strings, and the other understands. She is weak to urging. She has colors we have no names for. But she is ending. Her music is bittersweet. It is beautiful. The children we birthed were stolen from us before they could learn to sing. They are lost to silence. And their suffering, they cannot be saved. They will only cause harm as they are.
And that's what I was saying earlier. So, the Rachni are an intelligent, sentient, whatever, species. It's just that the ones that the company here have been cloning have been, like, telekinetically, whatever, separated from the Queen. And they kind of just are, you know, running wild.
I don't understand. Why are your children killing people?
These needlemen, they stole our eggs from us. They sought to turn our children into beasts of war, claws with no songs of their own. Our elders are comfortable with silence. Children know only fear if no one sings to them. Fear has shattered their minds.
I understand. A child left alone in a closet until she is 16 would not be sane.
I'm more than willing to wipe them out.
Such discordance bodes ill for what we must compose here. Before you deal with our children, we stand before you. What will you sing? Will you release us? Are we to fade away once more?
There are acid tanks rigged up on that thing. Set them off. Millions of my ancestors died to put these things down. Don't let them come back.
They made a mistake. They let the Krogan go too far. This is a chance for us to atone.
Oh, shut up,
She has
liberal.
done nothing to us.
Your companions hear the truth. You have the power to free us, or return our people to the.
I've never. I don't think I've ever actually killed them. Maybe once on another like deliberately evil playthrough.
If I let you live, would you attack other races again?
No, I do not know what happened in the war. We only heard discordance, songs the color of oily shadows. We would seek a hidden place to teach our children harmony. If they understand, perhaps we would return.
Only good bug is a dead bug.
Make your peace with the galaxy. The Rachni are a dead race.
No. Stop feeling and think. Even if you disagree with Asari morals, you must see she could be an ally.
What's the matter? Are the Asari looking for a new species to cuddle up with?
Is our kind so frightening? You would seek our silence if you cannot muffle our songs? If you cannot have us as your obedient claws?
This time, stay dead.
We will not embrace the great silence.
I thought we were going to have another phase of boss fight there. The oily shadows comment bit is extreme foreshadowing. That is certainly my interpretation of it. And I don't know how confirmed it is, but the implication there is that the Rachni 1,000 years ago or so, when they were waging war on the galaxy, may have been doing so under the influence of the Reapers. And of course, we'll come back to that in Mass Effect 3, I suppose. The Ood have two brains, a normal brain and a brain which connects them physically to the Ood. Oh yeah, the big Ood brain beneath the ice. I vaguely remember this. When they were enslaved, their psi brain was removed and replaced by the little orb. Yeah. Similar. I wonder if Liara is going to break up with us after we did that. Killed her mother and then committed genocide right in front of her. I mean, I can forgive the mother killing, but genocide. I can excuse the racism, but you can excuse the racism? This is where the fun begins. In my adaptation of Mass Effect 3, there is no crucible, but an investigation into the Leviathans, and the Rachni are the ones who help Shep track them down. Sorry, why am I fucking getting so goddamn lost tonight? Is this just one of those parts of the game which is just never fully stuck in my goddamn mind? Who the fuck is this? Rex, Liara, oh, Shepard, sorry. I thought this was me. I was very confused. I thought this was me down here, and my companions were somehow stuck up here according to the map. So that takes us back the way we came, but there's no switch on the elevator, which is a touch confusing. This door just does not seem to want to open. Unless, I don't know, this door, was it? Eh, there we go. And now we can leave, but I want to head back and see if we can... There we go, the hot labs. No, you can definitely, 100%, you do this section before fighting Benezia. I just don't bloody know how I usually do it.
Are you here to secure the situation?
If by secure you mean shoot every monster I see, sure.
I am certain you are having strong feelings.
How are we doing for time?
But what has happened here, it is our fault. You understand?
I understand that we'll be dead soon. Talk fast.
Binary Helix found an egg. It was on a derelict ship, thousands of years drifting. This was Rachni ship. Inside they find many eggs in cryogenic suspension.
They should have destroyed it. Why hatch it?
Binary Helix plan to clone Rachni, mass produce them, create an army. But when they get here, they find this egg is not a common Rachni. It is a queen. After she lays eggs, they move her to Rift Station. They are thinking that without her, they can raise the babies to be obedient.
Obviously, they were wrong.
This was exactly the wrong thing to do. I am thinking that without a queen, Rachni do not develop properly.
Yeah, we know.
Her mind is shaping theirs. These Rachni are...
Are you telling me I shouldn't kill these things?
Actually, I was to tell you the opposite. These Rachni are beyond saving. It is a sad thing, but they must be euthanized. I am thinking that the neutron purge must be set off.
This guy was supposed to have a missing leg, but the developers thought it was too resource intensive. I've always got that impression. Him just sitting here during this whole conversation is a bit weird.
How do we set off the purge?
I'm sure he says something about, I would do it myself, but my leg, ugh.
Insert the key. Then I will give Mira destruct...
Oh no, not Guy. Oh, gotta grab the key off his corpse. Doink.
Connecting. I have full access to the facility and am at your disposal.
Poor Boris. I'm glad you didn't customize Dickhead Shepard. I tried, and then I completely bottled it. So, we just went with this. The Leviathans would have made more sense than the Crucible. Getting ahead of ourselves, I know, but when I played the DLC for the first time, I found that more compelling and more suited to its themes. I never liked the Crucible concept in general. It was too convenient, like the Crucible being like, right at the very last minute, literally like 1 minute to midnight here, we found that there was a Prothean super weapon all along. We just need to get the plans and build it, and it's like, I mean, I would have liked it if, I mean, I guess they did a little bit of this. Again, we're getting too far ahead of ourselves. Where it's like, it was a bit of a subversion of, you know, it wasn't actually what we thought it was. It was actually a bit more of a trap. It was another layer to the whole Reaper plan or something. But in the end, it never really made any sense.
Activate the neutron purge.
I'm sorry, but I can't do that.
The Leviathan DLC was okay. It could have been, if it was more integrated into the overall, if it was integrated into the main game in a much deeper way, it could have been a lot better. It was fine the way it was, but in the end, it's this massive revelatory thing, which then, as soon as the DLC mission's done, barely gets mentioned again, which is a bit weird.
Sic Semper
That is not the correct code. Please report to security for arrest and interrogation.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
Code input 875-020-079. Code Omega. Local execution.
Verified. Code Omega execution in 100.
Now we gotta fight our way out of here. Oh, okay. So anyway, I started blasting. Yeah. Let's get out of here. Liara, you alive? Right. And I feel like ordinarily this is the time, on other playthroughs, I would do that. I would then go back up this elevator, which now is locked, but normally wouldn't be. And then when you go up, you meet Captain Rex, and he goes, "Sorry, Shepard, Benezia has orders." And then they all start attacking you. Because usually, whenever we've actually fought Benezia, when that fight's over, you just come through here, and then you leave. You just go to the tram. I don't do anything after that. That's my... Fuck those. I really don't know what I've done different. Just one of those things. And we're done. Back to the Normandy. If you feel bad about doing any of this, just remember you're doing your part. See, in the Captain Phasma TV show, she'd have simply whacked the Rachni with a big stick and gibbed them for 20 minutes. Sure, you need to pitch this to Disney, Sam.
What's our next move, Commander? Head for the Mu Relay?
The Mu Relay could link to dozens of systems. Unless we know exactly where Saren's going, we'd just be wasting our time.
The Commander is right. We cannot rush off blind. We still need to learn more about Saren.
Who put you in charge? Did the Commander resign when I wasn't looking?
I won't be a puppet for the Asari. I give the orders around here. Understood?
Sheesh.
Forgive me, Commander. I was only trying to help.
Fucking... Sorry, that was not what I was expecting him to say.
This is a tough mission. We're all on edge. Everyone go get some rest. Crew, dismissed.
Noveria report is away.
Honestly, Liara, you could do so much better than this guy. Dump my ass already.
Patch him through, Joker.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
Commander, do not cut me off like last time. I failed to find it amusing.
No.
Whoops.
And we're out.
Don't worry, they'll be dead soon. We shall discuss the Leviathans more when we get to Mass Effect 3, among many other things about other things wrong about that game. Yes. Hey Joker, how you doing? How you doing, buddy?
Boy, am I glad to be off of Noveria. I don't know which was worse, the cold or the corporations. One will freeze your balls off, the other will sell them out from under you. With all due respect, Commander.
How's the Normandy performing? Is she everything they said she'd be?
She's the best ship in the fleet, if you've got a pilot who knows how to handle her. Balance isn't what you'd expect. Takes a while to get used to that oversized drive core we got stuffed in the back, and her power can sneak up on you if you're not careful. The Normandy's probably too much ship for your average Alliance pilot, Commander. Lucky for you, I'm anything but average.
I have to go.
I'm anything but average. I'm Chris Griffin. Well, on the bright side, we've only option for one more main mission to proceed, and it's my favourite one, but we're definitely not doing that tonight. That's going to be a whole stream in and of itself, I think. Shall we go check in with our new girlfriend, make sure she's not too angry at us. Hello, Liara. Wasn't that a fun little genocide we committed? Sorry about your mother. Yeah, we'll be finishing in half an hour. 25 minutes.
If you are here to talk about Benezia's death, you need not bother. She brought it upon herself.
She's gone. You can't change that.
She was gone long before she died on Noveria. Benezia was a good person once, before she fell under Sovereign's power. Part of me blames Saren for her death. Part of me wants to blame her. And part of me just misses her.
I blame Saren. And if I were you, I'd want revenge.
We have enough reason to stop Saren. I do not need to add revenge to the list. Benezia chose her path, just as I have chosen mine. I am with you until the end, Shepard.
I like talking with you, Liara, no matter what the subject.
You have been very understanding with me, Shepard. Very patient. I appreciate
Total shift.
I know there are some strange beliefs about my people. I am familiar with the legend of Asari promiscuity. but those rumors have
Why
little
does it keep
basis
coming
in
back
fact.
to sex with you, Liara?
When one of my people joins with an individual from another species, it is a very deep and spiritual
We
exchange.
had this conversation
We
already.
do not enter lightly into a union.
No, I think this is just like the third time we've been having a very similar conversation about brain fucking.
Are you saying you want to...
No. Oh, no. I am not very good at this, am I? I'm sorry, Shepard. I am trying to explain why I have been so reserved. The Union is more than just sex. It is the lifeblood of my species.
Sex.
The way we Asari evolve and grow as a society. That is why
An
I have
Asari
never-
woman's favorite pastime.
I mean, that is
Sex.
why we must choose our partners with great care.
I don't know what this means, and I'm afraid to do it in case he just, like, punches the wall or something. Who fucking knows with this guy? Right, we're gonna just be nice and neutral.
Wait, are you saying this is your first time?
I am only 106, barely an adult by Asari standards, and I spend most of my time absorbed in my research. I never really thought about it, not until I met you. You are very special to me, Shepard. But with all that's happened, Saren, the Geth, the Reapers, I do not know if we are ready for this.
Yeah, we are. Take it off.
I'm ready, if you are.
Eager is not the same as ready, Shepard. There is too much at stake. We need to put aside our personal feelings and focus on stopping Saren. I wish it
Brain
did not have to
fucking.
be
Is
that
that
way,
what Glasgow Kiss
but we all
leads to?
have to make sacrifices.
Yeah.
Let's talk about something else.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
Obsessed. Let's go check in with the other prospect. Rex. And Ashley, I guess. Oh, we haven't done Tally's side quest. We better fix that. Kinda haven't been checking on her as much, just because she's a bit too hidden away.
Oh, hello, Shepard.
Are you okay?
We will never be mean to Tally.
I don't know. Your ship is amazing, and your crew's been really great to me, especially your chief engineer. But I just sort of feel out of place. The Normandy runs so smooth it feels like we're not even moving, and the engines are so quiet. How do you sleep at night?
The silence wakes you up?
Back on the flotilla, the last thing you want to hear is silence. It means an engine's died or an air filter shut down. I guess you don't have to worry about that here. But old habits die hard. But it's more than just the silence. This ship feels so empty. It's like half the crew is missing. Back home, I couldn't wait to go on my pilgrimage. I couldn't wait to get away from the crowds. Now that I'm out here, I kind of miss them.
Sounds like the pilgrimage isn't just about finding resources for the fleet. Maybe it's about teaching you to appreciate your people and culture.
You're probably right. We Quarians spend our whole lives traveling. But really, we never leave home. The pilgrimage has given me a whole new perspective on our culture. You know, there's always a few who go on their pilgrimages and never return. I always assumed something bad happened to them. But maybe they just wanted a different life.
You do plan to return to the migrant fleet, right?
I could never abandon my people, Shepard. I will go back eventually. But we have to stop Saren first. Otherwise, I might not have a home to go back to.
I was about to say, Tally has barely gotten a word in this whole playthrough. Yeah. We should talk more about that. So I think we've already shamed her for her people genociding the Geth. Creating a species, accidentally giving them sentience, and then trying to kill them all in a panic. Tell me more about Quarian culture, though.
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy.
Because there's a little bit about her
Resources are
family.
scarce, and we are
That is
constantly on the
important.
move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival.
Million Quarians?
Bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child. If our population grows too much, it would strain our resources to their breaking point. Of course, we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. If our population is in decline, the rule against single births is temporarily repealed. In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births, though the Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in nearly a century.
That's your government.
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship can elect a representative to serve on the Conclave and make decisions that affect the fleet as a whole. On matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates back to the early days, when the fleet was governed by martial law. Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice and guidance.
I think talking about the pilgrimage is what opens up her side quest. It does. I'm pretty sure the next time we talk to her, she's a lot more, cheered up, because she has an idea. Also, hold on, there's a whole, quest. Kind of just a long-running quest to go clear some geth out of one of these, systems we better go do, because that's what actually ties into this.
So the ultimate power rests with elected officials.
We'll just do that.
In practice, the
we have time.
Conclave and the respective council for each ship tend to set the rules that govern our daily lives. But in theory, we are still under military jurisdiction. The 5 top-ranking military officials in the fleet serve on the Admiralty Board. These 5 have the power to overrule any decision by the Conclave in case of emergency. To do so requires unanimous agreement among the Admiralty, and they can only do this once. After that, the entire board must resign their posts. It's a safeguard that served us well. In nearly 3 centuries, the Admiralty Board has only overruled the Conclave 4 times.
Hold on. Okay, oh, maybe it's here.
I want to know more about the pilgrimage.
Because I know she talks about
When reach maturity,
her
we leave
dad.
our birth ships and seek acceptance with a new crew. It's necessary to maintain genetic diversity among the fleet. But no ship wants to accept someone who will be a burden on them. So, to prove our worth, we embark on a pilgrimage. We set out alone, leaving the flotilla and our families behind us. We only return once we have found something of value we can bring back to the fleet. This is presented as a gift to the captain of the respective ship we wish to join. If the gift is accepted, we are welcomed into the crew.
Can a captain choose to reject the gift?
That doesn't happen often. Most captains are eager to increase the size of their crew. It increases their own standing in our society. Even when a gift is not particularly valuable, the captain usually accepts it out of a sense of tradition. However, there is a stigma to presenting a substandard gift. It's not the best way to make a good impression on a new community. Most pilgrims don't return until they find something worthwhile.
Maybe a dumb question. Why can't they just land on a planet and live normally? This is addressed. I can't remember if it's in this game or the second or that. But because they adapted... They were very, very well adapted to their original homeworld of Rannoch. And after they got, forced off the planet by the Geth, and they spent a lot of time roaming around in space, trying to find another habitable planet, and also, trying to get back home and all that, their immune system is so weakened to a point where trying to colonize another planet which would already be really difficult to them, more than other species to begin with, because they're so, unadaptable. In Stellaris terms, they've got the unadaptive trait, where the percentage habitability for prospective planets is really like 20% lower or something. But because the more time they've spent generations in space, their immune systems are so fucked that it would be pretty fucking bad. I don't know. We'll cover it in a future game. They'll describe it in better terms than I am. But that's the gist of it. It's an immune system thing. Also, a little, to another degree, a bit of it is they don't want to colonize a new world because a lot of their culture is based around this idea of one day we will go home. One day we'll get our homeworld back. And if they colonize a new planet and then eventually overcome through generations and generations, are able to like live there with their masks off and everything else, they feel like this would be them abandoning their homeworld and the dream and whatnot. That's the gist of it. Basically, they're dumb.
I can't believe they just send you off alone.
It's not like they just cast us out. Before we leave, we are given lessons in how to survive outside the flotilla, and given gifts to help us on our journey.
Why can't they just be normal?
We also receive implants to fight off sickness and disease. Generations of living in an isolated and highly controlled environment have left our immune systems weaker than most.
I just said that.
By the time we leave the fleet, we are well equipped for the pilgrimage. This is a rite of passage for all Quarians. If it were dangerous, our numbers would suffer. Virtually every pilgrimage ends with a triumphant return and the ritual presentation of the gift to one of the fleet's captains.
Like what?
I guess that's all we're talking about today.
See you later.
Unless you want to say anything else?
Hey, Shepard. You need something?
No.
I should go.
See you later.
We'll come back after another mission, I suppose. But that should trigger something else. I can't remember. There is a point in which she talks about the fact that her dad is on the Admiralty board. And Shepard's like, so you're like Quarian royalty? You're a princess? No. She'll always be a princess to me.
Shepard.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
We've already done his side quest, so we're fine there.
Commander?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
You mean the Rachni, right? They were dangerous, Skipper. They proved that 2,000 years ago. You made the right decision, Skipper. You know...
Yeah, of course Ashley would be the one in favor of Jess.
She has to be hurting. Just saying, Skipper.
Do you have a few minutes to talk one-on-one?
I should get back to my duty, Skipper. Rifles don't maintain themselves. Not yet, anyway.
Why don't you want to talk to me?
Do you have a few minutes?
I should get back to my duty, Skipper.
Talk to me.
What's your opinion?
Just... sir.
Yeah, whatever. You alright, guys?
Commander, what can I do for you?
Something bothering you?
Skipper.
It's Saren.
Skipper.
I'm starting to wonder whether we'll ever find him. He's always one step ahead of us, and he's got those damn Geth.
We're getting close, Garrus. We'll find him.
We'll find him next week.
I wish I had your confidence.
On Red Scott Gaming's Mass Effect Legendary Edition playthrough.
He's done. I know you're doing everything you can, and if anyone can catch him, it's you, but if there's anything else I can do to help, anything, just tell me what you want me to do, and I'll do it.
Kal-El, no.
Thank you, Garrus. I'll keep that.
Yes, sir. Can I ask you something, Commander?
Oh. I hate that she calls you Skipper. It sounds condescending. It's just old-timey, naval lingo, innit? I wish you'd call me Cappy. I'm not captain, though. I'm a commander. I should be a captain. I mean, I'm technically a captain in the naval sense. I am the commander of this ship, but my actual rank is only commander. I just want someone to call me Cappy. Skipper.
What is it?
Are you worried that the Council might be protecting Saren? I mean, they were really dragging their heels before. What if we find him, bring him back to the Citadel, and they refuse to act?
You seem to have some thoughts on this. Speak your mind, Garrus.
Well, maybe we shouldn't give them the chance, Commander. In my opinion, Saren's too dangerous to be kept alive.
Too dangerous
Too
to
much
be
could
left
happen.
alive.
He could escape, or the Council might let him go. If we find him, when we find him. I say we make sure we stop him permanently.
Yep.
I'm glad you see it that way. I never had any intention of capturing that bastard. When I see him, he dies.
Good. The council won't like it, but they can't stop you either.
You can't stop me.
That's why I want to be a Spectre. You never have to worry about bureaucratic idiots making a mess of everything.
Oh, sorry. You're going straight into Mass Effect 2 once this is done. Oh no, we're going straight on. We're not staggering this game out, this series out.
Just make sure you're ready when it happens.
Yes, sir.
That's what the Sunday streams are for, so that we have, you know, another game or games going around the same time. By the way, I did find BioShock Infinite is on the included in the remaster package, but it was a separate download, which was just a bit weird. I didn't know that. It's like the one product purchase digital thing, but separate downloads. BioShock 1 and because BioShock 1 and 2 are both remastered, but Infinite is just a port. So technically it's a different thing, I guess. We don't need to talk to Caden, do we? Unless he has anything interesting to say. Ha! That'll be the day.
Anything you need, Commander?
Nope.
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
Commander?
Sorry. If he, like, started the conversation with, like, Commander, I need to tell you something really important. I love you. Then, you know, at least something. But if it's just the bog standard, what can you tell me about this planet? What should we do? What should we do? We've got a few minutes. Where are the Geth kicking about? I cannot remember. You know what? We'll check our side quests. I don't know if it's something I've picked up already. Oh, Geth activities. There we go. Head to the Armstrong Nebula to investigate what the Geth are up to. Oh, and there was also the Moon mission. Can't forget about that. You know what? Actually. Yeah, fuck it. We might even be able to do it before I end stream. We're heading back to Earth. 10 minutes. Might be able to do it. Me thinks there'll be some debates once we get to Infinite. Good debates, though. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I loved past tense the game. My only concern is that my feelings will have changed drastically. But who knows? I might be positively or pleasantly surprised. Venus. I don't know why I'm bothering going through all the planets. We know the planets. Well, let's see what's happening on Mars. Once considered a prospect for terraforming and colonization, the discovery of FTL speed turned Mars into a quiet backwater. 3.4 million people living there. Yeah, the idea of like bothering to colonize Mars kind of became a bit unnecessary after we like discovered the mass relays and everything else. There's 11.4 billion people on Earth. It's not going to give us the full fucking history. The moon! To the moon! Colony founded 2069. That's 100 years after the moon landing. Population 4.1 million. Capital Armstrong. Did you get it? Did you get it? It's a reference to the hit video game Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. Right, let's go. Mars would fucking suck to live on. That's why only like 3 billion people or something live on Mars, even 200 years after colonization. Let's bring Tali and Rex. That sounds like good. Are you going to play stream BioShock 2? TBD. My feeling is no, because I don't think like I feel like I need to play BioShock 1 because it's like one of those, you know, all-time great game. You know, it's one of those games that like a lot of people talk about, and I feel like I'm missing out if I don't at least fucking play it once in my life. I don't get the same level of like cultural impact from the second game to make playing it worthwhile, unless I really fucking end up enjoying BioShock 1 and want more of it. You know, if I get through BioShock 1 and I'm like, okay, I've done it now, probably won't play it again, then I'm not going to fucking bother with the second one. You get me? Does that sound fair? We'll see. We'll probably have figured out whether or not we're going to bother with the second one, like, halfway through the first one's playthrough. We'll give it till then. The all-time loud game, BioShock 1, yeah. Actually, I forgot there's more to this quest than I remember. It's like 3 different bunkers we have to destroy. So, the reminder for this, we got a little message from old Lance Henriksen, Admiral Hackett. He said that a Alliance training facility on the moon has gone rogue. The VI, and he stressed the fact that it was only a VI, not an AI, because those are illegal, responsible for like the training bots, has gone rogue and basically taken over the base, and we have to go in and shut it down. And actually, I just remembered, you get a pretty good thing at the end of this. You get basically your subclass, so it's definitely worth doing this one. Nope. No, for fuck's sake, what have I done? There we go. Right, we can upgrade our weapon. Nice. And I want to change my ammo type back to tungsten. Tungsten runs. That'll do. Let me in. Oh, Tally, what is your equipment at? Because you have not been with us for a while. You're a shotgunner as well, aren't you? Yeah. Shotgun and pistols, I think, are her thing. I don't actually know if... I think the Legendary Edition has kind of changed how weapons work for companions. They're not as restrictive. Like, in the past, you would just have a lot of these weapons grayed out. Like, unusable. But they're not quite that bad now. 2 is a good game. Well. Oh. I'm making the mother of all capitals here, Jack. Can't fret over every moon rock. I've certainly had some rethinks about it in the last decade, but I still believe we are meant to see what transpires in Columbia, BioShock Infinite, for those not in the know, as a tragedy. Just because Booker is cynical doesn't mean we are meant to be. Sure. I feel like that's not even addressing the kind of criticisms that I've heard of the game. That's like a different thing entirely, but I don't know. I don't really want to talk about it until I get there, because otherwise I feel like I'm going to be commenting on like half-remembered and misremembered things about the game. That's not what I meant to do. Come on. Here we go. Tally, give me some anti-robot stuff. Also, can you hack? Barely. Let's get that to max. Because you can just take over some of these bots. On you go. AI hacking, you are now a friend. Goes up. Just in time, bloody hell. I realize I'm kind of doing this wrong. I usually stay back in this first room and let them come to me. But then, I don't know. We're not playing on uber hard, so it's not that important. Pissing myself laughing. I have the opening to the Phasma TV show with the reveal that the stick is like a power pole that shoots herself into space with. Are you like headcanoning a fucking Phasma TV show now? You're just gonna like sitting there imagining it. What's the theme tune? Could you get like an anime theme tune opening? Toxic gas is being vented into the bunkers. The room is filling with poison gas. Deadly toxic. A minor inconvenience, if ever there was one. Oh, speaking of Star Wars, sorry, for real, speaking of Star Wars shows, I just want to mention that on the train back from Comic-Con last night, I finished watching Star Wars Skeleton Crew. That, like, Goonies-like Amblin Entertainment sort of Star Wars show. And you know what? Actually pretty good. I'm not even joking here. I liked it. Jude Law, pretty dang good. Somehow ended up being a more compelling and interesting villain than pretty much any other non-Andor Star Wars show. That's kind of wild. I mean, who else we got? Like the Grand Inquisitor. Hello, Third Sister. Fucking Reva herself. Moff Gideon. Ugh. There's a show about one of the sequel's most unused characters. Not yet, but Sam's working on it. Right, I am unfortunately kind of out of time now. It's a bit annoying that Monday nights, which is our Mass Effect night, always seems to be an 8:30 work shift for uni, so I kind of always have to make it a 2-hour stream and no more. Hopefully that'll change at some point, because I would like to get through this game, you know, think about it, what are we on, part 7? So that is like potentially between 3 and 7 hours of missed stream that we could have gotten through by now. We could have almost maybe not finished the game by now, but we'd be past Vermeer. We'd be well into the last act by now. If each of these streams were just that little bit longer. But hey ho. See you later, Stephen. Thank you. Thank everybody for hanging. I'm glad to be back. I was going to save there. I will continue this next time. Righty-ho. Oh. And it is starting to get dark, actually. I really should have had my light on. Hey-ho. Looking a bit weird there. A little bit creepy. Right. Catch you later. Bye.